Well, hello and welcome to the historic Cincinnati Gardens. And welcome once again for this Cincinnati Rollergirls home matchup. Tonight, the Cincinnati Rollergirls Violent Lambs take on Gem City's Purple Rain. I'm Nick Time. With me tonight, as always, Coach Marty.
Hello.
If you are noticing an absence in our booth tonight, we did not get rid of our friend Dave. He has actually been shuffled over to the house call tonight due to our friend Thad being sick tonight. So we hope Thad gets better, but in the meantime, Dave's going to be over there. It's going to be me and Marty. Marty, I'm glad to have you with me as always.
I'm glad to be here.
I am too. Well, I'll tell you what, before we get started with us, why don't we send it over to you folks back at home. If you have never seen the game of roller derby, we have a quick video to show you how.
The basics of flat track roller derby, brought to you by Antic Skate Boots and the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. The game of roller derby is played on roller skates. The players wear helmets, elbow pads, wrist guards, and knee pads. The track is flat, not banked. Each 30-minute half is broken down into shifts called jams. The group of 8 players at the front is called the pack. The pack is made of players who play the position of blocker. Behind the pack is the 2 jammers. The jammers are the most important players on the track and are marked by a large star on their helmet. When the whistle blows, the jammers try to skate their way through the pack and out the other side, but they will be met with the hips, booty, and shoulders of the opposing team's blockers. When 2 bodies make contact on the track, this is called a block. Once the jammers have skated their way through the pack the first time, they're ready to begin scoring. They earn a point every time they legally pass a member of the opposing team. The team with the most points at the end of the game wins. The jammers will fail to earn points if they pass the opposing blockers illegally. Any player who performs an illegal action will earn a penalty. So what's illegal? Elbows, tripping, back blocking, and passing out of bounds. Any player who receives a major penalty has earned a trip to the penalty box. The jam ends when the lead jammer places her hands on her hips, or when 2 minutes has elapsed. 30 seconds later, a new jam begins, and the whole thing starts again.
Number 51, former drummer in Dazzler's band, Susie Shin-Splinsky. Number 19, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Judy Vicious. And number 27, your captain for tonight, both parts of the dynamic duo, Poppy Chulo. Coaches for the Violent Lambs, the Quad Almighty, and Hebrews. Make some noise for your Violent Lambs!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was your Cincinnati Violent Lambs. Again, they will be taking on the Gem City Purple Rain. So they are actually taking on an A team tonight, Barty.
That's correct.
That is correct. And right now we're getting ready to introduce our color guard. Tonight's color guard is actually the Diamond Oaks Junior ROTC program. And we will prepare you for our national anthem.
Is the color Cheyenne Burris and Brendan Slack. Please stand and rise and take off your hats for the national anthem.
Dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were
Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for joining us this evening. Nick of Time and Coach Marty with you here. Marty, let's go over that last game that we had real quick here at home. What happened? And I know we played the Brandywine Brawlers.
Absolutely, the Brandywine Brawlers, just east of Philadelphia, and for the Violent Lambs, they had a very nice victory on their hands. They had a 260 to 167 win. There was a commitment to fundamentals. There was a lot of strong jamming from pretty much up and down the bench. The blocking was superb. So we'll see. There are a couple new additions, new faces on this Violent Lambs. Cherry Choke and Andy Tomical are going to be making their Violent Lambs debut tonight. And so we're good. And I see Andy Tomical as one of the blockers right there. True to Vicious will be taking initial jamming duties. And number 3 for the Purple Rain, Reckless Ratchet, will be doing likewise for Gem City.
Yep. And in the previous game that we didn't have, actually was the Naptown. We went to Naptown and they did lose that one, unfortunately, 236 to 75. But tonight, looking to a little redemption against this Gem City team.
Indeed.
Again, Trudy Vicious on the line for Cincinnati starting off. We saw a heck of a game last home game from Trudy Vicious.
We did. It sure was. On the line, or blocking rather, for the Violent Lambs, looks like number 6 Railroad, ICRC-TV, and I believe the captain, number 27 Papi Chulo, is out there as well. So after this first jam, we're going to go through the lineups for both, because I know we cut in a little bit halfway. We missed the Gem City one entirely, and we cut in about halfway through the Violent Lambs. So we will let you know who is out there, all the players out, and True to Vicious is making her way towards the front. Has a big 3-wall to contend with, but she's doing right. She's moving her skates, and she is through.
Yes, she is. She is her lead jammer for the first one here. However, that springs free, number 3 for them, Reckless Ratchet. Reckless Ratchet trying to get around. Trudy now back to the pack and slowing down a little bit. Reckless also slowing down. Greets a little wall there. Trudy goes out of bounds, and she does end it. But not before the damage is done. 2 points on the board for Gem City, 4 for Trudy Vicious.
All right, so gets lead and wins the jam. Jam number 1, a little jammer love between number 71 for the Lambs Hot Slice and number 4 for Purple Rain, or all 4 rather, that'd be Racy Rocker.
I believe it's number 22. I'm sorry, it might be
number 4.
I can't tell who's on the jammer line. 71, Hot Slice.
Hot Slice.
It's her.
I said that, man. You're making me second guess myself.
Losing
Come
my
on now.
mind here.
Oh, it's already lost. Game over. All right, so we do have a penalty. It looks like a forearm is going to be called on a Gem City blocker, sending them to the box. It does make Hot Slice regroup. She is towing the line on the outside, deflects a little contact, and she's your lead jammer, Nick of Time.
That was a good move there by Hot Slice to skate that outside lane. Meanwhile, Racy Rocket skating outside to inside, now greeting the full pack for Cincinnati, hanging up front. No pack called, but an interlocking or an interplayer block called.
Multiplayer against Cherry Choke. So this looks like there's going to be a blocker apiece or a blocker for each team in the penalty box, as Racy Rocker has made her way through their initial pass. However, all eyes on Hot Slice as she makes her way through for 4 points, calls off the jam. 4-0 on that one.
Another good run by Cincinnati. Hot Slice back out there. Jam again, looking great. Coming up to the line now for Cincinnati. I'm a tattooer out there against number 9, which is Outer Spacey. Outer Spacey should be taking a lot of jammers duty tonight, I believe.
And we'll see how it plays out. And, of course, the Violent Lambs are blessed with lots and lots of depth at the jammer position. So don't be surprised if they go, I would say probably 10 to 12 deep. It wouldn't shock me, Nick of Time. So we'll see how it pans out. See who has the hot hand and see how Hebrews and Quad Almighty make their decisions based off that.
Yep. It'll be an interesting. Meanwhile, Outer Spacey out in front. The lone blocker, Papi Chulo, the captain. No pack called. She's got to let her go. Lead jammer, Outer Spacey. Hot on her heels, though. I'm a tattooer, skating around, picking up speed as she comes around turn number 2. And they both greet the pack. Outer Spacey going to take the outside to inside and then again runs into Poppy and calls it off. A good run there for that Gem City crew. Going to pick up 4 versus 1 for Cincinnati. Your score now moves to 9-6 in favor of Cincinnati.
I'm excited to see number 14 on the line for the Violent Lambs, Genocide. She had a lovely game several weeks ago against Brandywine, and I'm really looking. I love watching jammers that have a little more size, and it's just I think it's just a very interesting fold. So often are we accustomed to seeing these little 5-foot, 80-pound jammers out there, and it's so nice to see, a little bit of variety out there. Cherry Choke through. Cherry Choke giving a nice offensive block, springing Genocide, and we got a lead jammer for Cincinnati.
That was an absolutely brilliant move by Cherry to literally plow the lane and let her jammer go right behind her like a fullback leading the way here.
Absolutely, that's it. That's apt.
Oh, and a big hit there by number 13, and that's going to be Rock You On Your Ass. And she certainly did rock Genocide, who got airborne there and landed okay. So
truth in advertising there, absolutely, nick of time. So
that was a good
that was a fun one. Yeah, we enjoyed that, and a big smile on Genocide's face. She's up, and no worse for the wear.
Yep. Trudy Vicious back out there versus Racy Rocker. So again, I think we'll see a lot of these two tonight.
I do believe you are correct, sir.
I'm interested to see whether Trudy Vicious goes for a multi-apex jump again.
Boy, that was her bread and butter in that Brandywine game. It was any time she had the opportunity to make that leap, she did, and succeeded every time. Poppy Chulo really coming along this year as a blocker that can really shut him down on an individual basis. She just gets worked around on the outside there. Gem City does have lead jammer status. However, Trudy is hot on her heels.
That was a good move there by the pack for Cincinnati. ICRC trying to stick together there as Racy comes around again, calls it off. As Trudy tries to jump the apex, she will get no points from that, but it was pretty nonetheless.
Not without trying, right.
She almost crashed into the pyramid.
Absolutely. Folks, let me go through our lineups real quick for the Purple Rain of Gem City with number 0, Willy Nilly. Number 3, Reckless Ratchet. All 4 is Racy Rocket. Number 9 is Outer Spacey. Number 13, Rocks You On Your Ass. Number 20, Mortal Wombat. Number 23, Koza Frenzy. Kaza Frenzy. That makes way more sense. Number 104, Big Red Bloodshed. Number 222, Diva Vendetta. Number 247, Dirty Takeout. Number 937, Curly Knox. 1209 is Doity Die. And the captain is 101, Tara Hole in You.
Demolition Kirby also in there for Gem City, the alternate playing tonight.
Yes, thank you.
And they're coached by Corporal Punishment and Pickled Punk. But meanwhile, in the pack, I'm a tattooer, lead jammer right now, as I believe Outer Spacey is in there for Gem City. Takes a hard beat there off a Railroad. And Cincy Psycho, Railroad, and Scunna Hurt leading that pack as Andy Tomical's bridging the way. Railroad peels off as Scunna Hurt's the last one, and gotta let her go by. But good pack formation there for Cincinnati. I'm a tattooer going to the box now for a back block.
Yes.
So she is headed to the Tom and Chi penalty box. We want to thank Tom and Chi. A delicious place, and check them out if you can. It's going to hurt now, last line of defense, and it's got to let her go. She does pick up 5 there.
And the blocking core a little eager to make a big play on the blocker, kind of jostles themselves out of position. Let's see if they hold tight, stick a little bit better, make the jammer beat them. Don't give the jammer any opportunities, and a lot more patience is demonstrated on this pass.
Yep. Andy Tomico again peels off. It's going to hurt out there, and again, Railroad and them turn around and let her go. Pick up 5 more in that run. So a good run here by Outer Spacey, who has doubled the score for this Gem City team. Spacey now gets knocked down. A little sandwich move there by Psycho and Railroad as they jostle her again. Scunna Hurt out in front, sticking to her like glue. And Spacey just trying to push her forward to call the no pack. Scunna Hurt doing a good job there.
Yeah, nice bridging by Railroad. However, Scunna gets knocked out. So the Gem City is sprung free. And I'm a tattooer gets knocked to the inside and has to regroup and come in from behind. Nick of time.
Yeah, right now I'm out there and just getting knocked around a little bit as she came out of the box. Now Cincinnati forming the back wall here as I'm allowed to go through. She does pick up 4 that time.
Yes.
And she will come around again. Spacey going to let this one go the full 2 minutes, though, and that's the end of that one. Damage is done, and Purple Rain does take a lead over the Violent Lambs 20-13 right now.
Indeed they do. Nick of time, I'm going to breeze through the Lambs roster in numeric order. Number 0 is Cherry Choke. Number 6, Railroad. Number 14, Genocide. Number 19, Trudy Vicious. Number 23 is ICRC. Number 26, Mama Cress. 51, Susie Shinsplinski. Number 69 is Scunna Hurt. Number 71, Hot Slice. Number 80, Chainsaw. 81, I'm a Tattooer. Number 91 is Andy Tomical. Number 99 is Cincy Psycho, and your captain is number 27, Poppy Chulo. Nick of time.
Yep, Hot Slice out there for Cincinnati right now. Number 3, Reckless Ratchet also as they go into turn 2. Reckless Ratchet around that pack. And again, Poppy Chulo holding down the fort, but got to let her go. She's around the inside there. Hot Slice now working her on the inside. Open lane, and it closes just very quickly. Number 13 there, Rock You On Your Ass. Doing a good job.
Yeah,
there.
well done. That's I tell you, when you turn and face your opponent, there are certainly advantages to it. But when you're skating backwards, you don't quite have the control that you're used to. And it looks like Gem City's jammer is headed to the box for a track cut.
Yep.
Take a time.
Track cut there, so Cincinnati's going to have a lot of time to work with, and they cannot call this one off as Hot Slice is not the lead jammer.
That's right. This one's going the natural 2 minutes, so 4 points on the board for Cincinnati, and all subsequent scoring passes ought to be of the 5-point caliber. So Hot Slice is on her way in, looking for a little offensive blocking, gets it, and gets the inside through, but not without a little damage by Genocide going to the box.
I was going to say, trade-off there as Mama Crash comes out of the box, and meanwhile Genocide goes back in the box.
And we have our second lead change of the evening, Nick of Time.
Yep, so again, this is going to be tooth and nail all night, I guess, chipping away at each other's score. Reckless Ratchet out of the box now takes a wide open lane to the inside. Cincinnati just did not see her coming there.
Well, there was a kind of a miscommunication between Mama Crash and Cherry Choke there, but in any event, both jammers are on their scoring pass, and we'll see how this 4 points for Gem City, and it looks like with about 20 seconds left, Hot Slice has got herself into a little bit of a bind. However, she's through now with 4 points of her own. So both teams are trading points at this point.
Two blockers now bleeding off for Gem City as Cincinnati gets a little bit of a break there because that pack was playing very well for Gem City.
Indeed.
Two out there right now, number 85 and number 00. That's going to be Willy Nilly and I believe 88, Demolition Kirby. And they are doing a great job holding her back as the jam comes to its natural conclusion. This next jam brought to you by Das Gym, a gym that you can do CrossFit at. Go check them out, as well as the Skate and Play, Cincinnati's premier family fun roller skating center. Tell me who's on the line, Marty.
Well, that'd be Trudy Vicious for Cincinnati, and number 4, all 4, Racy Rocker for Gem City. Now, Cincinnati has a decided advantage in terms of blockers. It's a 4-on-2 advantage, so let's see how, Trudy Vicious sees that outside lane, and she will, nice job. However, I believe that was number,
I cannot see
the
number.
But in any event, sorry, folks,
that
was not my best call there. But Trudy pops back up in his lead jammer. However, Racy Rocker is through her initial pass as well, and splits the uprights, does Trudy Vicious. 4 points on the board. Cincinnati's blocking core holding Racy Rocker up and making life very difficult for her. One to beat, that's Railroad, and she's through for 4 points.
It's Doity Die and I believe Willy Nilly out there as number 16 comes back as well.
Smart play by Trudy to call it there before any more damage done. So both, it was a 6-point jam for the Violent Lambs, 4 points for the Gem City Purple Rain. And we have a very tight score. Cincinnati Violent Lambs up by 2, 40-38.
Yep, 18:50 left on the clock. Quatman's Cafe, the sponsor of this next jam here. Be sure to check out Quatman's. On the line now going to be Outer Spacey again for Gem City. And Scunna Hurt taking a turn jamming. The rookie, the first ever junior roller girl to move up into the Cincinnati Roller Girls.
That's right, Nick of Time. And she had an outstanding game against Brandywine several weeks back. She shined mostly as a blocker. However, she certainly has chops. Remember, she is the kin of Juwana Hurt, one of the more gifted natural skaters that I've ever come across. In the meantime, number 9, Outer Spacey, is through, and she is lead jam for Gem City.
Yep. It's going to hurt, meanwhile, weaving her way through and does a good job, able to make it out of the pack, but Outer Spacey already back around, greets the back wall of Cincinnati that is just holding solid right now. It is a pack of, and wow, she does a great fake move and fakes out again with a jump to the side. Fancy footwork there as Outer Spacey able to get around. It's going to hurt right on her heels, though.
I was a little surprised that the outside line for the Violent Lambs opened up as quickly as it did. So Outer Spacey trying to do a little quick hit and quit it. In fact, she was unable to do so. She gets 0 points on that last scoring pass, but Scunna gets credit for 2 points. So she's getting high fives from Cherry Choke and letting her teammate know that was a heck of a job.
That was a good job to stick with it till the final whistle there. Meanwhile, on the line right now, number 3, it's going to be Reckless Ratchet. And I'm sorry if we get confused at all, because there are 2 jammers for Gem City that have R's in their names. So it is Reckless Ratchet. And not Racy Rocker. And on the line for Cincinnati, Genocide out there again. Genocide running it down and plowing everyone out of her way. And that is a brilliant move as she takes over lead before second turn.
It's power jamming, textbook power jamming there, Nick of Time.
Yes, it is. Bell cow.
And some power blocking right
Oh.
there. We got Cincy Psycho and Railroad, and that is tough. That's a tough road to hoe, and Railroad is
and
going to
they're
be
not going to call her on a.
well. Railroad was penalized for a forearm there, so.
And Genocide also penalized, so they are both headed to the Tom and Shea penalty box there as they will sit down. And this is going to be quite a long jam for Cincinnati, as it is a 4-on-3 advantage. And Reckless Ratchet has time to spare here, just about 1:15 left on the clock.
Well done. Hot Slice cutting off that outside lane. However, Gem City's.
Oh, Cincinnati reforming now.
Yeah.
Psycho trying to cut her off and just cannot do it. Pack reforming again. Cincinnati holding the front line. ICRC, Hot Slice, and Cincy Psycho out there. Looking to make that line over there. Blockers come in, and they are spring her free. That was a good move there by 247. I believe that is dirty takeout for Gem City.
Well, the blocking core and the jammer for the Violent Lambs have reappeared on the floor as Railroad and Genocide spend their time in the box and have come back out. They certainly improved Cincinnati's odds now. Obviously, Genocide is through. She's got 4 points on that scoring pass.
Oh, and a good move there is ICRC and Cincy Psycho knock out Reckless Ratchet to the inside.
Right. It's going to be a hard one
I
for
know.
you all night.
All night.
Oh, yeah.
Cincinnati holding strong up front, though, as Genocide picking up points, and they have to let her go on that one. It looks like there was a no-pack called, as ICRC going to be called for pack destruction.
Like Genocide quick on her feet, seeing a little space on the outside, wasting no time to make her scoring pass. Oh, nice offensive blocking. I'm impressed by Gem City. You know, so often we're seeing so much of the passive offense where they don't do anything to help their jammers out. But we're seeing Gem City doing quite a lot of offensive blocking, and certainly to their benefit, as we have another lead change. Purple Rain taking a 6-point advantage, 60-54.
Yep, it is a refreshing change to see them block, as for their jammers rather. Right now, Racy Rocker on the line for Gem City. I'm a tattooer. Ima sees a lane on the outside, takes it, and gets cut off immediately by number 20. It's Mortal Wombat. Gem City, however, lead jammer. Oof. Big pile up there in the pack, as it looks like Ima one to beat, skates right around Mortal Wombat there.
Cincinnati, I got a simple question for you.
All right, so Cincinnati's wall is starting to get a little wonky. They're starting to do a little too much skating there, as they have to let her through. She calls off the jam with 4 points before the Violent Lambs are able to respond with points of their own.
It's going to hurt going to the box there for a late penalty there. I did not see the call on that, but it looked like skating out of bounds. I'm not sure. But she was trying to chase her down. I don't know.
It might have been an out of play, judging from the action that unfolded. So it looks like it's a 3-on-3 blocker-wise. We have Trudy Vicious, number 19 for Cincinnati, number 9, Outer Spacey for the Purple Rain of Gem City.
And you're starting to see a little bit of a steady rotation from Gem City right now, as Outer Spacey skirts around on the outside there and is pushing her way through. But, wow, Trudy Vicious hotter than her right now.
Threading the needle on the inside. Well done. So one to beat, that's Poppy Chulo, and she does. So Outer Spacey is through her initial pass, but not before Trudy Vicious has about a half lap advantage. Oh, she comes through. She's calling it off. Let's see what kind of points are assessed. 0-0, which I think is the right call, because she was down.
Yeah, I don't know that she actually passed.
Right. Yeah. So I think that was well done by the Zebra crew there to make sure the proper points are assessed. So, nick of time, I'm agreeing with the ref crew. So, let me go on record for saying that I think they didn't make
There's a golden moment in roller derby history.
Absolutely.
A former coach agrees with the refs.
Well done. So, I'm a tattooer on the line for Cincinnati, number 4. That would be all 4. Racy Rocker for Gem City. Oh, boy, Racy Rocker is through. She's lead jammer, but hot on her heels is I'm a tattooer, nick of time.
Yep, I'm right there with her. I'm taking her out now. She takes the inside lane. Oh, a little jammer on jammer action is, it looks like a track cut.
Boy, she knocked Ima out to the inside, and then Ima made contact with her. So I think it was a low. Yeah, it's a low block being called by I'm a tattooer, and that's a shame, because Cincinnati really needed. They really need to keep the jammer on the floor in order to make good stuff happen here.
Yep, 12:13 left on the clock, 1:27 left on the jam clock here, as Racy going to have 2 minutes to work here. She comes around the inside, nothing to it there, like the invisible girl, goes untouched through that wall. Cincinnati at full strength, it's going to hurt. Hot Slice, Cherry Choke, and ICRC out there for Cincinnati. Full pack on both sides on this power jam. Blockers coming in for Gem City as they skate up and try and break up their wall. Do a good job there springing some holes. But right now, I believe ICRC holding down the fort up front with a little help from Hot Slice.
Indeed, well done by those two. If you notice that I'm a tattooer out of the box, if you notice that it's taken a little less time for penalties to be served, you are not crazy. You are absolutely correct. WFTDA has moved the penalty time from 1 minute to 30 seconds. So less time spent in the penalty box. However, more opportunities for penalties to happen. So what you're going to see, I think, is an increase in ejections, because remember, after 7 trips to the box, you are done for the day.
Yep.
So with serving half the time, you essentially have a little bit more exposure out there to incur more penalties. So
on the track.
It's quite interesting when they tweak rules like this. So we wanted to let you all know what's going on as we see it happening and see how it goes. Oh, Gem City's track cut. Absolutely. So fortunes turn very quickly for Cincinnati here.
Clock does expire on that jam there. 10:40 left in the first period here. Score right now, Purple Rain. Gem City up 81 to Violent Lambs 65. So Cincinnati a little bit behind, but not by much. One jam, and this can turn all around. But this next jam brought to you by NovaCare. NovaCare is the physical therapy provider for Cincinnati Rollergirls. We also want to thank Skater's Edge. They are expert at sales and service of roller derby gear. So check them out, as well as the WFTDA. If you want to know more about the Cincinnati Rollergirls or about roller derby in general in your area, if you're not in Cincinnati or Dayton or wherever you happen to be, check out the WFTDA.com, or I believe it might be WFTDA.org. No, it is .com now. So check them out, and if you want to play, check it out.
Absolutely. It appears corporal punishment, the coach for Gem City, is making his case. I believe this is an official review. So he's out there stating his case to the Captain Gorgeous, the head ref, and
actually, it's a timeout. It was a timeout by Purple Rain, apparently.
It's simply a timeout.
Simply a timeout.
Okay, I apologize. I
think, because that's what the
think you're
board
absolutely
says.
right, and I'm going to back off my previous statement. Okay.
And we shall see. Our ref guidance is coming over to help us tonight, so we will see.
We need as much guidance as we can. Yes, it looks like it was a timeout by the Violent Lambs.
Okay, timeout by Violent Lambs.
So there we go. If you're confused, then you have company with Nick of Time and myself. So I think the dust is settled, so we definitely know it was a timeout.
Yes.
That is for certain. And action
Shield
is
called,
on its way. Trudy Vicious. So the timeout being there, listen, you got a power jam. You got 30 seconds to work with Gem City's jammer in the box. Here's what we're going to do. And whatever it was, it worked out nice because Trudy Vicious is through, and she's your lead jammer, Nick of Time.
Yeah, Cincinnati employing the Gem City technique now, splitting their 2 blockers on either side of the track just in case they need to block. Pack separates, Cincinnati skates forward. Now that is a new rule as well. They have to reform by skating forward.
Now the pack can't fall asleep here because Gem City's jammer has just been relieved. Cherry Choke drifting back, compelling her to come all the way back. So nobody's sleeping on this jammer, that's for certain.
Yep.
Now she's hitting that 4 wall.
Racy Rocker working her way through. Pack very, very extended. As Trudy able to go through, she does pick up 4 there. Cincinnati now skates up to the front of the pack to take on Racy Rocker. No pack called. They got to let her go. No one bled off that time. A little bit of a mental lapse. But
Cherry Choke with a nice inside seam, giving Trudy Vicious that beautiful. She didn't even need to make that apex jump, Nick of Time. She could drive a truck through that hole. Calls it off quickly, and we got ourselves not a lead change, but the Violent Lambs have narrowed the Purple Rain lead to 3, 81 to 78, with 9:20 left in this first half.
Yep, your next jam brought to you by Go Joda Homeworks, reliable creative solutions specializing in kitchen and bath remodeling, as well as the Over the Rhine Collective. Check them out online at CincinnatiRollergirls.com. There are so many of them. We will get to them all. And it looks like a timeout has been taken.
Let's get to some more of them right now, I think.
I'll tell you what.
When it rains, it pours.
It does. Let's go down the Over the Rhine Collective here. I believe it is the Pipe Club of OTR, the MOTR Pub, the Coffee Emporium. So check out all those guys. They're awesome.
Otherwise known as Motor Pub.
Motor.
That is the great place. It's a great place to watch a lot of wonderful live music. Never a cover charge. I haven't been there a ton, but every time I'm there, I had a great time. So Action is back out. Genocide, number 14 for Cincinnati. Number 9, Outer Spacey for Gem City's Purple Rain. Both jammers are getting a little sticky there as the pack is starting to speed up a little bit. Outer Spacey's got one to beat. That is ICRC-TV. She is through. She is your lead jammer, Nick of Time.
Yep, Spacey out in front there. Pack very far extended as Genocide trying to work her way through and able to do so off a good blocking core there. Hot Slice, Cincy Psycho, Mama Crass, and Susie Shinsplinski all out there. Susie going to the box in that Tom and Chi penalty box.
Absolutely. So what I'm seeing, Nick of Time, is a lot of offensive blocking, and I'm seeing a lot of good vision by the jammers to not go to where the hole is, but where the hole is going to be, and they're reading very well the offensive blocks that their core is giving them. So.
I like what I'm seeing out of the pack play tonight as well, Marty.
I do too. It's looking really good.
As we're going on, it seems like they're really learning more and more every time. So out there right now, Trudy Vicious for Cincinnati, and it's going to be Racy Rocker again for Gem City. 3-on-3 in the pack. As Trudy takes the inside, pushes the wall forward, cuts the outside now, and almost taken out, and she is just standing upright. Did not go out of bounds, but Racy Rocker, meanwhile, able to get through that one.
Yeah, she was strong on that. She's keeping her skates moving, kind of pushing that wall of 3 through, and oh boy, nice move. Quickly gets 4 points. Trudy gets 2 points on that. So good hustle by the jammer for Cincinnati. Although she is being sent to the box, I believe. Was that going to be a back block there, Nick of Time?
Did not see the call on that one, unfortunately, Marty.
That's unfortunate. Now,
it is.
One thing I wanted to point out about the reduced time in the box, the 30-second, going from 1 minute serve to 30-second serve, is I think you're going to see a lot less of those real obnoxious 30-point, 35-point jams because it's just not possible to. When you have when the jammer has half the time to work with, they're not going to be able to put up those big point totals. So just something to kind of keep an eye on at this point forward. Anytime there's a little tweak in the rule set, it's interesting to see.
Takes a little time to get used to a lot of teams.
Exactly. Yeah. And anytime there's a new rule set, there's oftentimes a loophole that you can kind of exploit. Now that one's time is time, and that's pretty straightforward. So I don't think there's going to be a whole lot on that end, but it's a new wrinkle in the game, and it'll definitely affect point scoring.
And I think it affects the speed of the game too. We saw a lot of fast action now. I mean, I think it really caters to the fan experience, I'll say. Outer Spacey out there right now on the line for Gem City. Cincinnati still in the box as the score remains Purple Rain 91, Violent Lambs 86, 07 left in this first half, and we'll see what happens here. Full pack for both squads out there. As Outer Spacey trying to take the outside lane, it closes very quickly as Railroad out there with
Anatomical and Cherry Choke.
And I believe number 80, that is going to be Chainsaw.
Oh, yes.
And I believe Chainsaw is making her Cincinnati debut tonight at the Gardens, her home debut.
Oh, well done by the pack, keeping Outer Spacey in wraps while Trudy Vicious had got a little extra time to get through. Lead jammer, apex jump. She's through. She got her point. She called it off, and we have a 4-0 jam. That is how you do it, folks. Boy, I saw her.
I saw her gear up.
I knew what was coming. That was well done. And that's great for the fan experience. They love seeing the athleticism portrayed. They love seeing, the quick bang scoring, and hit it and you quit it and go on to the next one.
That was a great move there by Trudy, that has become her signature move if you notice on the screen here. Here
Absolutely.
she goes. She's building up speed here. You can see the look on her face that she knows she's cutting the inside and just jumps it. And calls it before she goes out of bounds.
Woo, big hit there on, oh boy.
Lead jammer.
Yeah, lead jammer, absolutely.
Goes to I'm a Tattooer off that big hit there. It is a power jam situation for Cincinnati, as I believe Spacey is in the box for Gem City.
So I'm a Tattooer just needs to, there we go. She just needs to keep moving, and she got through. So 5 points on that, and she's got at least one more scoring pass before Gem City's jammer returns, which she's doing right now.
Yep.
But remember, she's got Outer Spacey needs to make her initial pass before and then come back around and make any points happen. So big advantage for Cincinnati, and we might see a lead change here, folks.
Another sandwich move there by Cincy Psycho, or I'm sorry, Genocide, and number 8. I believe that's 26, I'm sorry. Mama Crass, I did not see her number out there.
We do have a lead change, nick of time. Violent Lambs take the lead by 2, 93-91 in this very compelling first half. We got 4 minutes left, 4:01 to be precise. We do have I
believe it is an official review.
Yes.
Going on right now. So we want to thank some more of our sponsors while we have the time here. We want to thank the official after party of the Cincinnati Rollergirls.
We have our inaugural
Match.
flock shot of the night.
Hey, look at the flock shot up there.
So it's kind of a look at the crowd. They're saying, wait, the camera's on me? Oh, okay.
Hey, we're going to wave now.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
But be sure to check out the official after-party sponsor of the Cincinnati Rollergirls, Mad Tree Brewing Company, right off of, I believe, that's Ridge Road exit.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's
right off the lateral,
Yep.
real close to the, I don't want to sound like
not that you're
right by the Home Depot,
whatever. It is by the Home Depot.
That's how I remember things. But no, it was my first time to go out there, nick of time, and it was a treat. I had a blast. Amazing beers, great atmosphere. It was a really, really fun experience. I can't wait to hang out there tonight. What did you learn, nick of time?
Well, our official referee friend here said that it was just to check on the scoring to make sure the scoring was correct, and it is, so everything's good.
Oh, well, I feel better then.
Yeah, I feel more secure.
Absolutely. Reckless Ratchet is through, and she is lead jammer for Gem City. True to Vicious is through her pass. It's about a half lap behind of 4-on-4, so nobody in the Tom and Chi penalty box right now, but
that could change
quickly. Boy, I tell you, number 20, Mortal Wombat, mixing it up there. I think she might have gotten away with a little bit of back blocking action, but hey, what doesn't get caught doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. She had a nice job to clear out the outside lane. Nick of time, what you got, buddy?
I was going to say, the other one thing that I want to stress to fans, if you watched the game before, you may notice that the out of bounds portion is kind of changed too. A skater can actually have one foot out of bounds as long as her other foot is in bound. So you will see people kind of step out and step back in. Just occasionally, if they're bumped like that, that is not an out-of-bounds play or anything like that, just so we get that clear. Right now, 3 minutes left on the clock, 95-93, Purple Rain up over Violent Lambs as this jam gets going here. And it's going to hurt the jammer right now, working her way through, methodically piecing-mailing one-on-one here. She takes everybody out. Open lane on the outside, and she's going to go to the box.
Yeah. I think it was a back block for Scunna Hurt, so fortunate for the Lambs, that's only a 30-second penalty, but Gem City has lead jammer, and they hold all the cards at this point.
Yep,
so we may very well see another lead change. Very compelling first half, take the time.
No, it's been back and forth. This is the kind of games I like to watch, Marty, as we look here. And again, Outer Spacey facing a four-wall there, but it is a track cut called on, I believe. Is that Chainsaw?
See, this is good strategy here by Gem City. Outer Spacey, she could very well go through another scoring pass. However, she decided to go ahead and call it while Scunna Hurt is still in the box. Now she's standing up. She has less than 10 seconds to serve. But Scunna Hurt's had some penalty issues thus far in the first half. So compelling Cincinnati to keep that jammer there because they have no other option at this point. So I like that call. I think that's smart.
I do too, actually. I think it's a good call. About 150 left on the clock right now is the score. 100 Purple Rain, 93 Violent Lambs. Gem City on top of this one right now. It's going to hurt out of the box now. Greets the back of the pack and gets a good hit there. Back-to-back good hits as she gets taken down hard to the outside lane there. She takes a lick on the jaw, but a track cut called meanwhile on Racy Rocker. So this is good news for Cincinnati as long as Scunna Hurt can stay free.
Absolutely. Boy, I tell you, that was a real Poppy Chulo forced that cut, and it was at the very, very last stages of having packed having a pack being determined. So it was almost an out of play is what I'm trying to say. I'm having lots of issues. Cherry looking to mix it up, and she does. Creates a little bit of space, gives Scunna something to work with, and she's through, and she's got a 5-point scoring pass. Cherry's going to the box for her efforts, however.
Yep. But a good toe stop there by Scunna Hurt too. Almost goes out of bounds and stays in, so a good move there by her as well. Scunna Hurt now taking the outside lane.
Ooh, pretty move by Scunna. Very pretty. So she's through. She still has, it's a 4-point pass for Scunna Hurt. She is lead jammer. However, Gem City's jammer is through. She's through her initial pass. So we'll see if the rookie can kind of keep her bearing straight. maybe it would have been best for her to call off the jam immediately. Unfortunately, she gets knocked to the inside. And in the meantime, Gem City's jammer is through for her scoring pass. So
14 left on the clock right now for the actual game clock.
Boy, Gem City's just butchering the pack right now. Another lead change. Oh, no.
And Cincinnati gets the points right back as
yes,
well.
Wow,
they keep on trading points here, ladies and gentlemen. In the final seconds of this jam, whistle about to be blown. Scunnerhurt going to look to make a move here at the last second to get any points she can. She will not pick up any. Oh, she'll pick up one. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, Gem City will pick up, I believe, 2. And, wow, a 1-point game at the half right now. Your score, 113-112. Purple Rain over 112. Again, this is just the halftime score. So we're going to have some more action coming for you here. But, Marty, tell me what you've liked so far.
I like compelling roller derby. Tight scores, back and forth action, lots of lead changes. I mean, of course, I'm a homer. I want to see Cincinnati dominate. But if I can't have that, I love having that game where there's a lot of just where every jam counts. And we're getting that big time with this one. So right now what's standing out for me is Trudy Vicious's jamming, which is no surprise there. Cherry Choke's certainly making her impact felt as a blocker. She's went to the box a couple times, but it's one of those things where I'd rather have a player that goes to the box here and there, but actually be impactful, and she's making lanes for her jammers consistently, and I think that it's something that is well worth it. So we'll see if, Scunna has been having some, she's up, she's down, it's a little thing. Gem City's playing well. I can't wait for the second half, nick of time. I'm excited.
I am excited as well, Marty. Right now, Scunnerhurt getting some advice from her mother over here, from the great Joanna Hurt. As we go into the half here, again, your score 113-112. Gem City up just a little bit by 1 point here over the Violent Lambs. So we will be back with the second half action in just a little bit. Stick with us, folks. We'll be right back. Going into the half, Purple Rain up 113-112 for over Cincinnati right now. As the jam gets started, we'll break down the penalties for you in just a bit here. Marty, tell me who's on the line.
Oh, well, we got Trudy Vicious on the line for Cincinnati, and honestly, I was too busy looking at myself on the camera there. But Trudy Vicious is through. She is your lead jammer. My guess would be number 9, Outer Spacey.
And you would be wrong.
Hey, you know what? I'm always wrong. Number 4, that's Racy Rocker.
That was a great guess, Marty.
Hey, it
could have been 3.
Exactly. It was like
3.
a 50-50 shot, and, I bet wrong. Keep me out of the casinos tonight. That's all I got to say.
The odds are not in our favor.
So it's a 4-4 tie on that jam. So Gem City maintains their 1-point advantage, so 117-116. So, again, this rule change, and I don't want to be a broken record about it, but I think it's and the rule change that I'm referring to is instead of players serving 1 full minute in the penalty box, the Tom and Chi penalty box, by the way, they serve 30 seconds, which doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but it seems to keep the score a little bit tighter, and I think it's going to make for a more compelling game of roller derby from this point forward. We'll see how it pans out. I mean, it might be a flash in the pan. It might have something really to it. Now, my guess is that is number 9. No, it isn't. It's number 3, Reckless Ratchet, in for Gem City. She is lead jammer. And I believe that is number 14, Genocide for Cincinnati.
You had a 33% chance.
Hey, I was right on the at least on the Cincinnati one, which is the important thing. So Genocide is through her initial pass. However, Reckless Ratchet is through. She's on her scoring pass at this point. She gets all 4. She is calling off that jam. Oh no, she got 5 points on that. So she must have passed Genocide's tips while they were making their way through. So 5-point advantage on that jam. So that brings that to a 6-point lead. A meager 6-point lead for Gem City, nick of time.
Yep, your score right now 122 to 116. Purple Rain up right now, Gem City. Want to talk penalties real quick too. In the first half, actually Cincinnati had two penalties each for 5 players here. Yeah. So no penalty trouble yet. Nothing yet. The only person who has 3 is on Gem City. That's number 23 for them, and I believe that's Cause of Frenzy.
Cause of Frenzy, right. And again, that's, as long as you're under 4, you shouldn't have really much issue at that point. Gem City through lead jammer. We're starting to see a trend there as Gem City's getting lead jammer very consistently.
You can tell who the jammer is now,
Outer
though.
Spacey.
You got it right.
So Trudy Vicious is through her initial pass. She's about ready to make some points happen, and it's a good thing because Outer Spacey got pushed to the inside, compelled to go all the way back, has to pass Cherry Choke all over again. Now remember, Gem City can call this thing off at any time, but that seems to be not what Outer Spacey wants to do. She wants to make some points, but Trudy Vicious is coming through, and she's about ready to make another scoring pass.
Trudy knocked to the inside by number 101. I believe that is Tara Holinew, the captain.
Indeed.
And Spacey does call that one off, but not before 3 points are scored by Trudy Vicious.
Yeah. So Gem City did Cincinnati a little bit of a favor there for not calling it off more promptly. Number 71 on the line for the Lambs, Hot Slice, and that would be all for Racy Rocker for the Purple Rain.
I want to give a shout out to some more of our sponsors. O'Behaves Collective, it's personal skater sponsors right here. O'Reilly Auto Parts, Cincinnati Art Museum, and Nancy Cartwright, as well as want to thank Southpaw Prince for everything that they do for the Cincinnati Rollergirls. Again, Hot Slice on the line. She skates back and forth as Racy Rocker actually playing her own blocker there for a second. Racy goes to the outside. An open lane gets closed very quickly by Railroad. Railroad, the last one to beat now, and swing and a miss there as she is unable to hit her. Racy Rocker, lead jammer. Meanwhile, Hot Slice skates around the inside. Nice open lane there, and she is not the lead jammer.
Yeah, Scunna was able to provide a little inside lane. That's all Hot Slice needed. But all eyes on all 4, Racy Rocker, as she's coming through her scoring pass, getting knocked out by Cincy Psycho. Hot Slice gets nothing. That's okay, though.
Yes,
that was very close.
That was a very climactic nothing.
Well, 1-0 jam for Gem City on that, and your score right now is still very, very close, 126 to 123. On the line, I'm a Tattooer. That was your leading point scorer for Cincinnati in the first half. She got 45. She was the beneficiary of some power jams, I believe, to my recollection, and she definitely put the pedal to the metal on those. Again, leading scorers for Cincinnati, number 45 in the first half, that would be I'm a Tattooer. Number 19 with Trudy Vicious with 29 points. And then what we got here? We got Hot Slice and Scunna Hurt with 25 of their own. I'm a Tattooer's through lead jammer. Not hot on her heels, about a quarter of a track away is Reckless Ratchet.
Yeah, Ratchet, they're playing her own jammer blocker there in the minute. Jostles Ima and actually ends up getting her a spring free as she gets pushed to the inside that time. Ima back in right away from that hit on the outside, and now the blocking course sets up for Gem City as Ima gets knocked to the outside again, comes back in, going inside now, trying to find a lane and just working with it. Sees an inside lane but gets cut off again, and a big hit there by Cherry and
ICRC. And now ICRC is joining Cherry Choke in the box, so oh boy, track cut. I'm a Tattooer. Boy, that was a pretty obvious one. So Gem City is totally in the driver's seat at this point as the sin bin is about to get filled up by Violent Lambs. Gem City has they have all their pieces on the table.
Yep.
Nice job by Anatomical. However, the jammer for Gem City was able to deflect off that and get through for 5 points.
Yep.
Not a lot of. She's not really skating really hard for somebody who's got just 30 seconds to do a power jam. But
yeah, and I'm not sure about that. Apparently, Cincinnati hearing that there is not actually free Tom and Chi in the penalty box, so they are all sprung now. So Cincinnati now back at full strength for as far as the pack goes. I'm a Tattooer still in the box right now. Oh, and a big hit there off Cherry Choke and Poppy Chulo.
Yes.
As they skate backwards to let Racy Rock here, Reckless Ratchet, come back in. I'm right behind her now as, again, you notice the hits there, and I'm a Tattooer. Turns into rubber and says anything that you hit off me is going to come harder back on you.
Indeed, so she is through. She's got 4 points to her credit, and the pivot for Gem City is on her way to the box. Didn't quite work out the way Reckless Ratchet was hoping. Now, she did get 4 through, so all told, the Gem City has actually padded their lead slightly. They're up 139 to 127, so it's a 12-point game with lots of time left, with 23:12 left. Stoppage in time.
Yep. That jam there, I'm a Tattooer proving that she's the Hulk, actually. that was incredibly funny. Good job by Ima there as well as the pack. Again, 23-12 left on the clock right now on this official timeout. We will tell you exactly what it is, but right now, Marty, tell me about one of our sponsors.
I got to tell you about the Northside Collective, because
yes,
they
you
have
do.
been an absolutely wonderful sponsor for us pretty much since day one. And although some of the names have changed a little bit, the love from Northside has continued unperturbed. And so the Northside Collectives, the 45223, consists of Northside Surplus, Northside Tavern, Bill's Barbershop, The Comet, Sidewinder Coffee, Tantrum, Blink, Spun Bicycles, Pallet 23, The Listing Loon, Mayday, and Junker's Tavern. So thanks to the Northside Collective, you have words can't describe how much we appreciate your support through the years.
Outer Spacey on the line right now for Gem City. She makes it through, and she's your lead jammer right now. Trudy Vicious able to get through actually off a big hit there off number 23. That's going to be cause of frenzy for Gem City. Spacey back at the pack right now. It is a 4-on-2 advantage Cincinnati as two are in the box for Gem City. Oh, and a big hit there. Takes down Trudy Vicious. She crawls out of bounds.
Well, the hit was more self-inflicted on Trudy. She went for an apex jump. It just wasn't there. She was very fortunate for not going to the box. Remember, if you leave your feet and go to the air and make contact, that is going to be a penalty assessed. So Cincinnati was fortunate there to keep Trudy on the floor. So 4 points for Gem City on that, 0 for the Lambs, but it was actually quite fortunate the way it turned out for the Violent Lambs.
Your score right now, Purple Rain by Gem City, 143, up over the Violent Lambs, 131. 22 minutes left. We want to thank BB Worldwide Graphics for this next jam and all that they do for the Cincinnati Roller Girls. Hot Slice coming out now for Cincinnati, and all four, that's Racy Rocker out there for Gem City. That last official timeout, by the way, just to clear up score, and the scoring was correct, according to the referees.
Oh, Hot Slice pushing her way through. She is through. She's your lead jammer in the nick of time. That was quick work.
Yeah, that was a great move there. She actually takes down willy-nilly in the process. But about a quarter track back, rather, a Racy Rocker steaming on ahead. Hot Slice meets the wall. A 3-wall there, calls it off. Does she pick up anything? That is a 2-point jam for Cincinnati. Piecemealing themselves back in this one. Score goes up by 2, 3 apparently, 134.
You know, smart play. The wall was pretty much set up. Hot Slice's momentum was completely gone. Go ahead and call the jam before they're able to score any. Cincinnati is enjoying a 4-on-2 advantage in terms of blockers, so it gives Trudy Vicious some opportunity to make her presence felt, possibly get lead jammer, possibly make this a big jam because of that selfless call.
Yeah, good move there. Number 101 out there right now, Tara Holland, the captain of this Gem City team, trying to make something happen as she is met by a great group of blocking by Cincinnati.
Oh, there's a track cut.
It did look like one, and she doesn't realize it.
Wow. Okay.
So apparently it might have been I guess it was I'm not sure.
In any event.
Whatever happened there. I thought it was a track cut too.
So Trudy Vicious is through her scoring pass. It's good for 4 points, and Cincinnati has got one. Number 101, the captain, Tara Holland, tied up pretty big time. This is I believe her maiden voyage as jammer, and she's getting knocked silly.
Yeah, right now Genocide getting called on a penalty there. She literally pushed her out of bounds, and that was called on a forearm. I guess improper pass called on number 101, Tara Holland, again the captain.
So that's good for 3 points as opposed to 4, in case you're wondering at home.
Yep. ICRC coming out the jam now for Cincinnati against Outer Spacey. Score right now, Gem City 146, Violent Lambs 142, 19:52 left on the clock here in the second half. So again, this is a close one if we've ever seen one here, folks. Next jam brought to you by C&D Northside Neighborhood Bar. Be sure to check them out. They have been another great sponsor of ours forever as well. Outer Spacey meets a front wall of 2 for Cincinnati as number 27, Poppy Chula, the captain, and I believe Cincy Psycho out there holding her down as they are slowing her down.
Yeah, they are.
But the wall is
big back block. Gee, mini whiz. Poppy Chulo goes down hard, but that's number 20 is going to Mortal Wombat's going to the box for that infraction. It definitely was penalty worthy, but it sprung their jammer, so it might be one of those. Yeah, I would be inclined to agree. So
Oh,
Boy, ICRC-TV, big spill there right as no pack was being called, so she's got to set right back up and do it all over again.
Yep.
Number 9, Outer Spacey, is through for 5 points, so Gem City is expanding their lead to 9 points at this point. ICRC-TV is through nick of time, but number 9, Outer Spacey, is looking to make one more scoring pass at least.
And I'll tell you what, Outer Spacey, very impressive right now because she does absorb a lot of those hits. Huge hit there by Imatatua. She just bounces right off, comes right back in there, tries to get a few, and does a good job there. You see on the screen there, Outer Spacey. Score right now, 154, Gem City, 142, Cincinnati, 18:25 left in the second half. Next jam brought to you by Street Art Customs. Be sure to check them out, as well as Retrocentric, Cincinnati's place for pinups. So check them out as well.
So slight change in strategy as Cherry Cho takes the pivot cap, decides to move close up to the pivot line, which is a departure from protocol, as most blockers usually like to line up right by the jammer line. It seems to work well for Cincinnati as Trudy Vicious is through. Trudy Vicious is lead. Jammer nick of time.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a strange formation. If you haven't seen it recently, the jammers, or everyone in the pack can line up between the two lines there, and Cincinnati choosing to do that, and it does hold back Racy Rocker for a little bit here. Trudy Vicious takes a nice hit there by number 13. That's rock you on your ass. And Trudy calls it off, picks up 1 there. No points for Gem City as that gem comes to a quick close.
And that's a smart call off because all of a sudden the Violent Lambs are really low on numbers. They have 2 in the box right now. So it looks like ICRC-TV and Papi Chulo, the captain, will be taking the blocking duties. Imatatua, number 81, will be doing the jamming. Number 101 for the Purple Rain, that of course is the captain, Tara Holenyu. So Gem City certainly has a numbers advantage. At this point, we'll see if that translates into a winning jam.
Imatatua greeting the back of the pack where Gem City is lined up. Meanwhile, out in front, I believe Tara Holenyu still working her way up there. And zigzagging every which way. Pack now starting to separate a little bit. Cincinnati going to have to, there, reforms just as quickly. And again, Tara Holenyu just working, but Imatatua on the outside.
All the credit goes to the blocking core, mainly led by Papi Chulo, the captain, as also ICRC-TV and Cincy Psycho. Scunner Hurt is now joining the party. So full strength for Cincinnati. They were ready. They were able to weather the storm there nick of time. And Imatatua is through with lead jammer, and now she's scoring points.
Yep, a good move there. Again, Ima gets pushed out by Mortal Wombat. Mortal Wombat really pairing up with Ima.
It's interesting she called it off there. She finally got past her, and it looked like Cincinnati had Gem City's jammer bottled up. Of course, Emi's not able to. She doesn't have eyes in the back of their head, but I think she probably would want to have that one back, and because it looked like the pack. It looked like the pack had Gem City on lockdown.
Yep. So just a breach in protocol there. She didn't see what was going on behind her. No one told her. So again, Ima calls it off there. It looks like right now your score going to be 156 Gem City, 147 Violent Lambs, as this timeout is called by, I believe, Cincinnati. But I think Quad Almighty is actually asking for an official review out there with corporal punishment from Gem City, as well as the captain for Gem City, number 101, Tara Holenyu. So, Marty, this is a great game so far. I'm not going to lie.
Absolutely.
The B team really showing up for Cincinnati. The Violent Lambs are actually facing Gem City's Purple Rain, which is considered an A team. It is their travel team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Quad Almighty very animated there, pleading his case. Will never be accused of being boring. He's, so Quad's now kind of yucking it up with the coach for corporal punishment for Gem City. So the case has been stated, and Captain Gorgeous is taking the Zebra crew to a huddle. They're going to sound off, talk about it, talk it over. And we are going to see a little bit. Oh, there's a little kiss cam going on.
Oh, hey, it's a
Folks,
kiss cam.
You might want to talk about the kiss cam there, Dave, because we want some smooches.
They're blowing kisses tonight.
Yeah, well, they're kissing all of us. Well, how very nice. Okay.
I'm glad that they got that.
Well,
this official timeout brought to you by Quality Printing and Design, your complete source for offset and digital printing.
And if you've ever been to a home game here, you'll notice that they have the finest programs in the industry.
Yes, they do.
And that's thanks to Quality Print and Design.
We also want to thank UC Sports Medicine for everything that they do for the Cincinnati Roller Girls in Quatman's Cafe.
Okay, Trudy Vicious on the line for Cincinnati, number 19. Number 9 for Purple Rain. That, of course, is Outer Spacey. Outer Spacey takes a spill, as does Trudy Vicious in the back of the pack. However, Outer Spacey is going to the sin bin for her infraction. Trudy Vicious has got 2 to beat. She's moving. She's almost grooving through. No pack called.
Stretch in the back.
Yes, lead jammer, Trudy Vicious. So what did you hear? What did you learn there, Nick of Time?
What I learned is that the referees always are right.
Oh.
And basically what happened is Quad Almighty was challenging at the end of the last, beginning of the last jam. Oh, as Trudy takes a vicious hit there.
Roxy on your ass. She decided to go through Roxy on your ass. Probably wants to think that one again, but she's through. That's good for 5 points. And oh boy, nice move. She was speeding to the inside, Nick of Time, and decides to split them right down the middle. They were preparing to kind of put all the soldiers on the line, and it proved to make it a little soft in the middle. Trudy Vicious is now going to do 5 the hard way. She's almost through, and she is. 5 more points for her.
And that is a lead change right there.
4 points for Trudy Vicious, as there was a no pass, no point. 14:50 left, 45 seconds left in this jam, and we do have a lead change.
Yep.
So things are getting even more exciting here on the floor, as Trudy is trying to make at least one more scoring pass. Remember, number 9, Outer Spacey, committed her foul before she made her initial pass. So that pass there was good for 0 points. So her next pass is the one that's going to be worth anything at all. Trudy Vicious gets knocked to the inside by number 23, Cause a Frenzy, and wisely calls off the jam. So there's your first lead change of the second half. It took a little while for that one. Better late than never. 164 to 156. The advantage for Defiant Lambs, as Dayton Gem City's Purple Rain takes a timeout. Let's take a look at a replay here, Nick of Time, because there's lots of action.
Yeah, there was. Here you go. Trudy's coming right in here. You see her get right there, and she just right around.
That was the second or third scoring pass, and that was the one that was a little tough. That was a tough road to hoe, but that's a classic jamming. You keep your shoulders down. You keep moving. You embrace the contact, and that's what Trudy did, and that's why Cincinnati is taking the lead. So Scunner is on the line, getting some words of wisdom by Quad Almighty. It looks like the pack for Cincinnati is at full strength, and they are loose and loving life right now. Papi Chulo, the captain, number 27, number 0, Cherry Choke, number 23, I Caramba, and Cincy Psycho for Cincinnati, number 99. Yes, Nick of Time.
I was going to say that's a Gem City timeout right now. So they were talking it over, and we might have an official review here as well. So give me 1 second, Marty.
I don't think so.
We do not. Okay, so we also want to thank, though, while we have the moment here, the Cincinnati Men's Roller Derby, the Battering Rams. If you haven't seen them in action, they are amazingly fun to watch.
Go Rams.
It's a great game. If you have a chance to see a men's roller derby match, it is quite entertaining. Go Rams. Indeed,
go Rams. So Scunna has got a little issue at the back of the pack. However, Gem City has not really been able to make much progress of their own. Scunna has been knocked to the outside, compelled to go all the way back. That is stretching the pack to the point where they have to let number 4, Racy Rocker, out. She is lead jammer. Scunna is through her initial pass, but almost 3/4 of a track behind. Ooh, boy, I tell you.
Oh, nice whip on the outside
Demolition there. Kirby, she was an alternate coming in, but boy, she was just rocking people left and right. Yep. That's a nice addition for Gem City, because she might be one of the more impactful players out there. She has gone to the box for her contribution. However, it was enough to get her jammer through, have her get her points, and call it. Nick of Time, what you got, buddy?
Well, right now the score stands 164. Cincinnati up over Gem City, 160. 13-13 left, and as the pack gets set here, again, you notice the front line there. Cincinnati setting up all the way at the pivot line. Different change here as Hot Slice gets pushed out early. No pack called, and that allows number 101. I'm sorry, number 3, Reckless Ratchet, to go through. She is almost a full track ahead of Hot Slice.
Boy, Hot Slice really in the danger zone for most of that that initial pass. She is through without infraction. Well done by Cincinnati to keep Miss Ratchet contained. She's good for 2 points, which is, helping the Gem City cause out, having the lead now. So it's going to be 162 to 164 Violent Lambs. But well done by the pack. Great job, Nick Time.
Oh, I was going to say, good job there by the Jammer as well. Ratchet calls it off very quickly. She notices Hot Slice coming right up there behind her.
Absolutely.
On the line now, Outer Spacey for Gem City and Trudy Vicious for Cincinnati. Trudy, again, we've seen her do a lot tonight. We'll see if she can pull off another big jam and what she can do here. She greets the entire Gem City pack, pushing her out to the inside, reforming very quickly, pushing her all over the place. Outer Spacey working, meanwhile, against the Cincinnati wall.
Boy, that wall for Cincinnati is looking really strong. Mama Crass, Cherry Choke, I Caramba, Cincy Psycho. She's just got nowhere to go, but Trudy Vicious has got a big wall to contend with as well.
Oh.
She is through, almost. She is about through. She is your lead jammer, Nick of Time.
Demolition Kirby there coming in to break up the Cincinnati wall. It doesn't do enough damage, but it does jostle. And again, Outer Spacey not able to get through the pack yet. As they say that, no pack is called. And she is through.
So here's where every point has counted thus far, but now we're starting to get a little late in the game, a very tight game. Trudy's going to call it quickly before. Very nicely done. So Cincinnati gets 4 points to extend their lead to 168 to 162. A 4-0 jam for the Violent Lambs, and that's exactly what they need. They need a few more of those. Both teams with 2 timeouts. This is one of those games, Nick of Time, you get really excited about. I love the sport of roller derby, but oftentimes scores get a little lopsided, and
you're absolutely right.
And so we're seeing one that's a real back and forth, and you got a hunch that the outcome is going to be determined in the last jam.
I
Absolutely.
love that. Yep. That's the kind of derby we like to watch as it goes down. Again, everyone on the pivot line, and it's going to be number 4, Reckless Rocker, and I'm a tattooer. I'm going to get knocked down, comes right back up. Rocker through, though, in the lead jammer spot, and again, I'm getting a little bit of a break there.
Yes, she did.
She came in a little early, but was able to come back as one of the Gem City blockers goes out. That's going to be number 13, Rock You. I'm working, able to get around at last on her initial pass, but the damage is done. 5 points on the board for Gem City. And this one is getting closer and closer by the second.
Yeah.
10 minutes left, 168 Cincinnati, 167 Gem City.
Nick of Time, this is one of those this is one of those games where if you're if you're coaching out there, it seems like Gem City's pretty much from the first 5 minutes or so determined who their jamming core is. Cincinnati was kind of feeling out some things. Of course, they got lots of players out there that are capable of doing it, but they're trying to determine who the hot hand is. So Hot Slice has certainly been determined as one of those. I'm a tattooer, although she's a little penalty prone, has been pretty hot. Scunna Hurt's been putting up points, but she's got a little penalty issues to her as well. So it's really, I think it's more so than the pack play. It's up to these blockers to determine the outcome.
Beautiful play there as Cincinnati holds back Reckless Ratchet just in time, and Hot Slice comes cruising out. They each, actually, Cincinnati only going to pick up 1 point.
Right. But hey, when the other team has lead and you're able to get a point and they get nothing, that's a win for you, obviously. So that's a big one. So
Hot Slice coming through on that one. Wow. Whew. This is a great game right here. Trudy Vicious is back on the line for Cincinnati Racing Rock. Outer Spacey on the line for Gem City. I like the whole pivot line tonight thing. I like this refreshing change.
Cincinnati about 10 minutes ago decided, you know what, we want to do it over here now, and they've kind of compelled Gem City to follow suit. So it's a little bit of a throwback now. It's still muddy in the trenches. There's no doubt about that. Trudy Vicious has got 2 to beat. She's getting close to it. She's starting to stretch them out little by little by little by little. We do have a track cut. Who is that track cut on? Well, Trudy Vicious' lead jammer. The track cut was on I Caramba for Cincinnati. So
I Caramba going to the Tom and Sheep penalty box, and again, Trudy just absorbing all sorts of hits and staying in bound. Beautifully done. Pack for Cincinnati now, trying their best to hang on, but they have to let Outer Spacey go. Right. 4 on 3. advantage in the pack for Gem City as Trudy Vicious picks up 4,
Now
comes
it's
around.
interesting. It looks like Twad wants Trudy to call that thing off. Trudy is a little late to receive that message, but calls it before any damage done. So I believe the score right now as it stands is 173 to 167, a 6-point game. Yes.
I want to throw out this too. Trudy, if you haven't noticed tonight, she has an eye almost at all time on the coaching staff.
Right.
And that is just a beautiful, refreshing
Right.
change. You see Quad going crazy sometimes trying to get people's attention almost every time that he has told her to call it.
We're seeing a little departure now in the jammer rotation for Cincinnati. Number 91, Annie Tomical. I believe this might be her second. This is certainly her first time in the second half. She takes a big hit by, wow. Demolition Kirby is rocking and rolling tonight. And Gem City is through with lead jammer.
Blocking core all over the place right now, trying to help out Annie as Annie comes back in through the back of the pack. Now again, I believe Racy Rocker on her scoring pass.
Right. Annie just needs to stay on her skates and keep those skates moving, and good things will happen. She's having big issues on her initial pass, getting knocked left and right, almost like a pinball out there.
Yep. Meanwhile, Racy coming on back to the pack here. Cincinnati setting up the back wall. Annie Tomical through, but not lead jammer, obviously.
Right.
Racy Rocker now meeting Cincy Psycho as Gem City comes in to help Springer. Cincy Psycho takes a stumble on the inside. Karama takes a stumble as Racy calls it off. No points for Cincinnati as 4 more go up for Gem City.
And we have a lead change, nick of time, 176 to 173. Gem City's Purple Rain takes the 3-point advantage with just over 6 minutes. So yes, a little change up at the jamming position there. Didn't quite work out the way Quad and Hebrews were looking, but tried and true number 71 is out on the line now, and that is Hot Slice number 3 for the Purple Rain. Reckless Ratchet takes jamming duties for Gem City.
5:50 left on the clock in the second half here as Hot Slice goes down off a big booty block from 932. It's a curly knocks. And right away through turn 2, it's going to be Reckless Ratchet, your lead jammer. Hot Slice out as well, about a half track back. Pack now reforming. Cincinnati almost got the back line with Cherry Choke trying to get back there as well. Cherry rejoins her line as they try and knock her out to the inside. They do so.
No, what's that?
And she calls it off.
Well, Gem City gets 1 point. The Violent Lambs get 2 points out of that. They thought they were going to be able to squeeze Cherry Choke out the inside line. She did not budge, and Gem City called it off before any more damage done by the Violent Lambs. So I think this is the jammer here that's really been the real turning point for the Violent Lambs. Trudy Vicious, number 19. When she's out there, big points oftentimes happen, and I got a hunch we'll be seeing her on the line at the very end when it really, really counts. Not that any jam doesn't count, but
she's tonight's Captain America. She's
the glue
that holds everything together tonight, it seems like.
So number 9, Outer Spacey, is jamming for Gem City, and she is the lead jammer. Interesting that they kind of let her go there. I thought there was
I don't know if Cincinnati thought they were going to get called on a multiplayer block.
Right.
I think that's what they were thinking, so they let her go.
Well, a blocker apiece now in the box for both teams. So even Stevens, as both jammers are attempting to make a scoring pass. 3 points awarded for Gem City, 0 for the Violent Lambs. So
timeout taken by Cincinnati. And this one just continues to get close. 177, Gem City up right now over Cincinnati, 175. 4:14 left on the clock. Marty, let me tell you, this is a stressful situation if you're a coach. What do you tell your team?
Well, I mean, you all you can tell them is keep playing hard, keep doing what you're doing. The pack play is very nice. The jamming has been a little bit inconsistent in the second half, but there's no major alteration in strategy at this point. You keep doing the exact same thing that you've been doing, and you just hope the execution is there. You keep an eye on which players have been the most impactful, whether it be blockers or jammers. Now it looks like Cincinnati is altering their strategy once again, bringing all of the pack back up towards the jammer line. Hebrews is running out, tossing the pivot penny to the captain, number 27, Poppy Chulo. Number 27, Poppy Chulo. Number 69, Skunner Hurt. Number 23, Ikarumba. Blocking for Cincinnati, number 71, Hot Slice on the line. Number 4, all 4, Racy Rocker is the Purple Range jammer. Cherry Choke in the box for Cincinnati, and one blocker in the box for Gem City.
Oh, Hot Slice turns on the burners and gets out first, but right on her heels is Racy Rocker. It is a race back to the pack, 3-on-3, as Marty just said. Cincinnati, Hot Slice eyeing a hole somewhere, finds one, takes the inside, stays on her toes, and gets it. Oh, and right behind her, Racy Rocker. It is a foot race again as they are just speeding through, trading points back and forth. Again, Purple Rain with a 5-point lead right now, so Cincinnati really going to have to hold back the blocking core. Gem City on the back of the pack here as Hot Slice gets jostled around.
She's calling it. She's calling it. She gets 3 points there on that last scoring pass to Gem City 0, so 7-4 on that scoring on that entire jam. So the Violent Lambs bring this sucker into a 2-point game with 3:20 left. Violent Lambs have 1 timeout left. Gem City has 2 timeouts. Clock management will come into will be a factor. It already has been. True to Vicious on the line. So I got a hunch we'll see True to Vicious here, and then right at the very end would be my guess.
Yep, enough time for at least 2 more jams. As Trudy gets jostled around again by that Gem City pack. Trudy sees the outside lane, gets a Jersey whip, and runs right into the back of a Gem City blocker, almost through. Trudy now working her way through.
Able to move her position to the front. She is getting knocked around, but she's still
not out of bounds, though.
Boy. No, not. So now.
Good blocking there by Cincinnati to take out. Oh, man. Reckless Ratchet.
There it is.
Trudy. Trudy gets through. Reckless Ratchet caught behind the 3-wall of Cincinnati. 1 to beat. Poppy Chulo tries to make a hit, cannot do it. They're both out. 4-on-3 advantage for Cincinnati as Gem City plows their way through. They're going to lose 1 blocker. That's number 20, Mortal Wombat.
Oof. I think they just traded points there.
Oh, she gets called on a track cut. Cincinnati with a little bit of a miracle there. That is going to be a track cut.
And I'm shocked since Gem City is not calling a timeout here. It's coming under 2 minutes. They're calling it right now. Okay. So both teams down to their final timeout. Violent Lambs, let's see if the dust settles. I believe are we at 186 to 184 as it stands currently? Yes, Nick of time.
I think what it's going. Well, you were welcome there, Marty. But yeah, number 3, Reckless Ratchet. They are not going to award her pass there because she did cut the track before she passed everybody. So I believe that's what we're going to see. But I think Corporal Punishment, the coach for Gem City, is saying that she dragged her toe and she wasn't actually out of bounds. We'll see what they come back with here. Everyone on edge in the Gardens, everyone on the edge of their seat here, because this is a 2-point game with 2 minutes to go. So this could very well be the last jam. We also want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. But tonight, again, being Hometown Heroes Night, we want to give a special thank you to all of our veterans in attendance tonight, as well as watching abroad, wherever you may be. We have a lot of family members, friends, all of us around the world. We just want to say thank you from the Cincinnati girls, from all of us to you, all of you, for everything you do, as well as all of our Hometown Heroes tonight, all of our firefighters, our EMS, our policemen, our Coast Guard, everyone, So thank you for everything that you do. Right now, the crowd here at the Gardens getting on their feet, cheering. And let me say, if you've never been to a game at the Cincinnati Gardens, you need to get down here. Marty, tell me about the experience that you have at the Gardens.
It's a classic venue. Absolutely amazing ambiance. It's amazing. I mean, there's been so much that's come through here in the last. What did we say? Was it
50?
I apologize. I don't know the numbers, but I know it's been here for quite some time. The Beatles have played here. Elvis has played here. The Hendrix has played here. The professional basketball, the Cincinnati Royals back in the day. Oscar Robertson and the crew. The Xavier basketball. The hockey has been here. I mean, it's you name it. It's been through here. This was the premier spot for sporting events in Cincinnati. So. On the line for Cincinnati is number 71, Hot Slice. Number 9 for Gem City is, of course, Outer Spacey. We're going to get a little bit of clarification. It looks like Gem City won that review simply because there's now a jammer on the line for Gem City. So what did you learn there, Nick?
What happened is they are saying that she was down and she did not get back up on her feet before the 4th whistle. So it did not count as a track cut. so that did happen.
Oh, she's squeezing through. She's almost through outer space. He's got just Psycho to beat, and
and they knock her out.
They knock her out of bounds.
Right back in, though.
Poppy Chulo knocking her through. Sherry Choke now knocking her through. Hot Slice is your lead jammer. Oh, my goodness, folks. We got a minute 40 left.
Oh, everyone on their feet here in the Gardens going nuts. Quad Almighty telling the pack to speed up as Hot Slice comes around. She's doing the same. Hot Slice taking the inside lane, 1 to beat. She's got to pick up points. Cincinnati's got to hold them back here as Hot gets pushed out, comes right back in where she's supposed to. And it is a jammer race right now. Oh, and a pile up there takes down Poppy Chulo as well as number 23 for Gem City. Hot Slice going to the outside, stuck against that Gem City wall.
Boy, both walls are really bottling up the jammers. Hot Slice is through, though, and she's good for 4 points. So trading points is okay right now for Gem City. But their jammer is dead on her feet as this pack consisting of Cincy Psycho, Poppy Chulo, Cherry Choke, and Icaramba since Gem City has no answer for this blocking crew.
50 seconds left on the clock, 190-184 the score. Gem City has got to kick up the tires here. But Hot Slice getting a 5-point jam there.
Now, nick of time, even if this goes a full 2 minutes, there's 1 second left on the clock. So there's a possibility Gem City can call a timeout with 1 second left. Assuming that the margin isn't too spread out, but I think it's going to be, I think we're going to see one more jam after this one.
Oh.
Hot Slice is through.
Hot Slice, and again, a huge up to Cincinnati right now. A 4-on-2 advantage in the pack. Hot Slice picking up 4 more, 199-188 your score. 13 seconds to go on the official period clock, 9 on the jam clock, or 1 second difference rather, as the clock continues to roll. Pack now back at full strength for both teams here. I'm sorry, one Cherry Choke, one player in the box for Cincinnati. Unofficial final score, 202-192.
Wow, I can't believe there wasn't a timeout called immediately after that. But it looks like it's a final, so Violent Lambs win. Okay, so I was kind of gearing up to see one more out there, but it looks like the Violent Lambs pulled this thing out. Despite being down pretty much the entire second half, it looks like the unofficial final is 202-192. So the Violent Lambs stay close, and then at the very end are able to pull through and come out with the win there, nick of time.
Wow, that was an amazingly fun bout to watch. Gotta love the close ones where they come down to the final seconds there. Again, your final score unofficially right now, 202-192, comes down to the final jam, and Cincinnati opens up the floodgates and gets the win. Wow, impressive work all around. But give it to Gem City, too. They fought hard. They kept this thing so close the entire night. I just can't give it enough to both these teams here.
Outstanding jamming from Gem City. Reckless Ratchet, Racy Rocker, Outer Spacey, done a great job. Their alternate, who just got named to the active roster, Demolition Kirby, she spent some time in the box, but boy, was it worth it. She was knocking heads around. Absolutely impactful blocking out there. On the Violent Lambs side, nick of time, the return of Cherry Choke. She talking about an impact blocker, she certainly was that. You got some outstanding, Poppy Chulo as well. She's really turned into a shutdown type blocker, which is amazing to see how she's really grown and her skill sets have expanded in a relative short amount of time.
Yeah, the pack play by Cincinnati overall, again, every pack that was out there seemed to be playing smart and not going for the individual effort. It was all a team effort tonight.
Absolutely. So. Steering clear from the big hit and keeping the jammer contained. Icaramba doing a great job. And then on the jamming side, of course, Trudy Vicious. We got I'm a Tattooer, Hot Slice. And Hot Slice put the nail in the coffin at the end. So outstanding team effort, outstanding individual effort, outstanding clock management by Cincinnati. It was just a 5-star effort across the board.
All right, well, before we send you off here, ladies and gentlemen, we can't give it enough here. We do want to see if we can get the replay schedule here up on the TV for you. That way we can tell you when to watch this one again. If you want to watch it again, please feel free to do so on Sunday the 30th, 1 p.m. on Time Warner Cable Channel 24. It is not going to be on, unfortunately, on Cincinnati Bell Cable. On Monday, March 31st, 8 p.m., Time Warner Channel number 8, Cincinnati Bell 838. Wednesday, April the 2nd, 8:30 p.m. Time Warner Cable Channel 24. Thursday, the 3rd of April, 10 p.m. Time Warner Cable number 8, and Cincinnati Bell 8:38. Or you can always watch it live streaming, always online at ICRC-TV.com. If you have any questions, be sure to call the number on your screen. Again, Cincinnati walks away with a very impactful and fun win tonight.
Oh, yeah.
A long history between these two teams, actually. Marty could tell you stories about the first game that he ever coached away.
Well, come to Mattree and I'll tell you all about it.
If you come to the Mattree after party for the Cincinnati Rollergirls. Again, we can't say enough about all of our sponsors this evening, all of our veterans, all of our servicemen, everyone here at the Gardens has a great time. You should make it out too. Next game we have is going to be April 19th. Both the Violent Lambs and the Black Sheep are going to be taking on the arch rival Rollergirls from St. Louis, Missouri. It is promising to be an amazingly good bout. And it's also Kid and Scout Night, so be sure to check out those ticket specials online at CincinnatiRollergirls.com. Just a great show overall tonight. Marty, anything you want to add?
Not really. I just had fun, and I hope the next game is going to be fun, as much fun to watch as this one. So I had a blast, Nick. I tell you, congratulations to both teams for providing an outstanding spectator sport. And at the end of the day, in order for this sport to grow and blossom, it's got to be compelling, and that you just saw yourself a very compelling game.
Yep. Well, stick with us here, folks. If you're going to watch the next game, we will see you shortly. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Be sure to come out to the Gardens sometime. For all of us here at the Cincinnati Gardens and Cincinnati Rollergirls, I'm Nick of Time.
I'm Coach Marty.
And we will catch you next time.
Good night.